Alright everybody, the new raid for Lightfall, the Root of Nightmares, is dropping tomorrow, and anyone attempting to complete it on contest mode will have 48 hours to do so. This is incredibly nice for a lot of people, as they have more time to complete it and take breaks, and this opens up the contest mode experience to more people. If you have not run a day 1 before, or just are not sure what you want to bring in, this video is going to be pretty helpful for you. I'm going to break it into 4 parts, with the first being add clear weapons, the second being DPS weapons, the third being debuff weapons, and the last being a weapon that can buff your whole fire team. One disclaimer that I would like to add is that running double special is most likely going to be the best option, which is why you will not see a lot of primary ammo weapons on this list. You also will not see any strand weapons, as they do significantly less damage than kinetic ones, and yeah, that's it. So, since the servers are shit in the bed, I'm going to be recording the audio in balloons, and so if you guys hear any random sounds in the background, it's just because of that. All the screenshots are going to be from D2 Armory, or D2 Foundry, or Light.gg. These are all going to be kinetic or stasis. You've got Osteo, Riptide, Crate, Ignition Code, Lingering Dread, Blood Feud, and Wither Horde. The grenade launchers are great with Disorienting, which used to be blinding grenades. They still function the same way, they were just renamed. Crate and Blood Feud are mostly included just so that there's non-exotic primary weapon options, but both are extremely viable for stasis builds once they have Headstone. Subsistence and Adagio on Crate is also a great combo, as it doesn't decrease the RPM, but it does increase the damage. Osteo and Wither Horde are both great options despite being exotic, although Wither Horde's pool that it drops on the ground does last for 2 seconds less than it used to, as it got a nerf last season, and now it only lasts for 5 seconds. So keep that in mind and make sure that you're used to the new timers. Riptide will be great for any champions in the raid as well as Tormentors, because it has Chill Clip, and it has access to things like auto-loading and lead from gold and field prep, so the ammo should not be an issue, especially if you're running double special. For energy weapons, the all-time best add clear weapon that you could be running is going to be Forbearance. Forbearance just clears every weapon when it comes to add clear. No other grenade launcher is going to come close either, because it's got chain reaction and it's a wave frame. It's really easy to use, and it has great ammo economy, especially when you're running double special. I cannot recommend it enough. But you can also run Explosive Personality if you don't have Forbearance. It's another wave frame, and it can get auto-loading holster and Frenzy, which isn't bad. An auto-loading holster is also going to be nice if you want to incorporate it into any swap builds that you're running for DPS. Now, for primary ammo weapons, you can run the Iclos SMG or the Callus Mini Tool. Trinity Ghoul is also not a bad option, but it may not be worth the exotic slot. Path of Least Resistance and Hollow Denial are also great options as well. Path of Least Resistance can get Volt Shot, and it's a really good alternative to an SMG since it feels pretty similar and it's a special ammo weapon, so you can take advantage of running double special. It's also got very good range. I will say Hollow Denial is definitely going to be better though, especially since volatile rounds are so easy to use this season, thanks to the artifact mod. With Hollow Denial, you can get perks like Killing Tally and Repulsor Brace on it. Killing Tally is going to be great for just increasing your damage, and Repulsor Brace is going to be great for keeping up an overshield if you need that extra survivability. Now for DPS weapons, in the kinetic slot, Succession is the best option for a non-exotic, with Thoughtless being a close second. Thoughtless misses out on the kinetic weapon bonus though. Izanagi's Burden with rocket swaps will most likely be the best overall option for DPS, but if you don't have Izanagi or the catalyst for it, Wither Horde and Arbalist work as well. Arbalist may also have better ammo economy than Izanagi's Burden, especially since it did not get nerfed like the rest of LFRs did earlier this season, so it's still putting out the same damage it did last season. Outbreak is also nice to keep as a backup for any caretaker-like encounters, and in the energy slot, the only weapon I can think of that would be helpful for DPS is the Ikelos Sniper, but it's definitely skippable. For heavies, rockets have been clearing LFRs since Lightfall launched, but LFRs are not dead. For rockets, the optimal setup is 1 Bump in the Night with Chill Clip and either demo or auto-loading, 1 Gallarhorn, and 4 legendary rockets with either Explosive Light or Lasting Impression. Vorpal is a significantly lower damage buff than either of these at only 10% and is not worth using. The best legendary rockets are Heathen Vengeance, Code Dwello, Bump in the Night, Roar of the Bear, and Hothead. As for LFRs, Sleeper Stimulant has been doing big numbers. Taipan, Cataclysmic, and Fire and Forget are also pretty solid options. Parasite, Grand Overture, and Xenophage are definitely worth having as well. Though Xeno will most likely not be the best for DPS, it could have good burst damage if there are encounters like Fuses in Deepstone Crypt or Oracles in VOD. For debuff weapons, Tractor Cannon is probably going to be the best one, but Divinity is also great for helping with Izzy rocket swaps. Chill Clip weapons can briefly provide some extra damage as well, just thanks to the shatter effect, so things like Riptide, Deliverance, Arvindale, although with the latter two, I would say that the charge time is not going to be very good on either of them for this raid. Now the last weapon I'd like to talk about is Lumina, and since it provides the biggest available damage buff and overwrites Wells damage buff, it's definitely worth running. It stacks with debuffs as well, so if you have your Bump in the Night or one of your Hothead people run this, you should be fine. Don't forget your Eager Edge Sword either, as it will be helpful when there's a jumping encounter or jumping puzzle or anything like that. Hope you guys found this helpful, and good luck on your contest mode clears. If you guys did, did find this helpful, don't forget to leave a like, comment, sub, and all that stuff, as it does help the channel, and I will catch you guys later.